professor, I will test you in the worst way. Don't bring a scantron, it's pop quizzes all day. Cause of our chemistry, we do biology.
What's happening, fam? L.A.R. movement still moving. Subscribe or die trying. You see the thumbnail, man. People are waiting longer to live. Some people are late bloomers, but I think now, with the advent of social media and the explosion of video games, and just the idea of being interactive from your home and not actually interacting with people, you see how people are waiting longer to live. And I don't think it's a good thing. Because you see people in their 20s who are just experiencing things they should have experienced in their preteens to teenage years. You see people in their 30s just experiencing things that they should have experienced in their 20s. You see people in their 40s experiencing things that they should have experienced in their 30s. And it's unhealthy. Because everybody's looking like, I got forever. I got all this time in the world. And it's like, no, you don't. And the reason why it's so important is because I'm going to tell you. A lot of people didn't learn. Because see, what we used to do when I was younger, we used to have our own experiences. We'll learn from our own experiences. We'll learn from our friends who are in our peers. And we'll learn from our family, who and older people in our families and their families. And we'll learn from their lessons. Now it's like you're so insulated that you're not really learning from anybody. And you're not listening because, you're like a child who, I want to experience the world for the first time for myself, like a 5-year-old. And it's like, yo, you're too old to not be prepared for these other things in life, because people are trying to warn you and tell you, do this, don't do that. Do this, don't do that. If you do this, this could happen or this could happen. But you just like a 5-year-old, I'm gonna run in the snow for the first time. I'm gonna step in the mud and splash the water. And it's like, yo, are you dumb? And people are upset because when you approach somebody like, hey man, you too old. You too old for that. And it's sad because I'm gonna say, even online, you have children trolling and adults trolling, and you can't tell the difference between the age groups because their interaction is exactly the same. So one of the worst things about this to me is this. People keep thinking I can go back. People at this point leaving high school, I'm realizing I want to go back now because I messed up. People going to college and I'm going to drop out and I'm going to leave. I just don't feel it right now. And then go into adult life and 5-10 years later realize I got to go back to school because I didn't realize what? Why didn't you just finish? Then I just couldn't do it. I didn't feel like it. But now I know I need to do. Stop it. People want to be a first-time homeowner at 38. And it's like, yo, not a good idea. Oh, I'm ready now. I can do it now. I was in apartments and, people want to hit the nightclub scene and interact with the opposite sex. But they're acting like teenagers at the homecoming dance because you didn't interact in high school. It's like, now I know how to interact now because I'm working on it because, it's different. It was never different from you because you never started. People in their 40s and 50s and 60s, just like, it's time to retire. I'm going to set up a nest egg for when it's all over. Bro, you probably got 37 days left to live. What are you talking about? It's like, you know what I'm saying? I'm going to travel the world and I'm going to see the world. And this is the why I say people aren't living, because people are creating these fantasy lives, and they're living these fantasy lives, and because they got time to live their adult life, and by the time they get to their adult life, it's too late. Oh, I want to go to school and get an education and work a career. And then when I'm done doing that and I'm 37, maybe it's time to get married, settle down, and have some kids. You dumb mother. You know what? I'm going to go out here and I'm going to be an entrepreneur. But I didn't know it was going to be so hard. I thought I could just come and go as I please because I never worked hard at anything in my life. I just quit all the time. So you're going to be an entrepreneur and you just figured out that you're going to have to work harder as an entrepreneur than you would if you worked a 9 to 5 and you never worked harder than 9 to 5 or anything else in your life? I don't know what I'm going to do. You stupid mother. I got dreams. There are dreams you got when you're young, there are dreams you got in the middle, and there are dreams you got when you're old. You fools are trying to have an old retirement dream at 23, and then, you know what? Would you think you Benjamin Button? Yeah, I got my retirement dream. I'm going to just be out doing everything I want to do, and then, snap. Life, bills, I forgot about that. What am I going to do now? It's time to have, you know what? I'm gonna go about my young dream to build myself and build my empire. You 35, dog. You were supposed to be working on your young dream when you was in grade school and high school and college. Like, this is what I want to do with myself. But instead, you decided, I just want to kick it. And then in the middle of kicking it, when I see too many, I don't know how I'm going to pay for this. When I realize I done charged up my life and it's like, I need to really build a business into something that grows and I'll leave a legacy. How you going to leave a legacy? Without a work ethic. What you going to leave? And you would have learned this if you would have interacted with people. Because they would have told you, that's not going to work. They would have told you all the other people, because this is what keeps happening. All the other people who've done it in the past go, but I'm different. I'm special. It's don't work for me. Y'all just don't know. You can see all of those. You can tally up all of those different special people and see how that story ended. But nah. You just had to go about it like, you can't tell me what to do. Fine. Okay, cool. No problem. No problem. And now you wind up in the gutter. Now you wind up 55, realizing I got to work till I'm 80. And life gets more expensive as you get old, because guess what? If you don't take care of yourself, insurance go through the roof. Just on age alone, but what about health? See, you start young because the cost of living young is cheaper than the cost of living old. But y'all just reversed it. I ain't gonna live. I'll wait till I'm 30 to live. Well, let me explain something to you. If you'd have started living at 25, like a 25-year-old, or putting yourself on the track of a 30-year-old, a 35-year-old at 20 to 25, it wouldn't cost you half your soul to get started now. Because you started for cheap. But you fools want to start when it's the most expensive to start. When you got less time and more work. And your body can't keep up. But whatever, man. Tell me what you think. Like, share, subscribe, or die. Try and catch y'all on the next one. Peace. You ever been at the top of the universe? I'm gonna take you.